Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Jeff Rains coming to you again with Foundation of Civilization. I please like, share, and subscribe. I am trying to keep pace and keep a pulse on what's going on in the world, the significant events, so I can bring it to you and give you my analysis based on the years of research that I've conducted and trying to try to see where we're going as opposed to where we're told we're going or where we're told we need to go as a community, as a nation, as a world. Uh, One of the significant events that occurred recently was the election in the United States. And as the two sides, the left and right, have been pushing narratives against each other, caricatures of each other, for years now, the rhetoric has been getting worse and worse. And I remember back in the 1980s when the media was pushing the narrative that Ronald Reagan was going to get us into a war with the USSR. The Not only was the media wrong, we did not end up in a war with the USSR. In case you didn't notice, uh, the USSR completely collapsed, and we ended up with what we have today, the Russian Federation. Now, over the past 8 or 9 years, the media has tried to convince the United States that one candidate is the second coming of historical dictators. Turns out most of the reporting was completely wrong. The stories about the candidate were completely fictitious, and parts of the government were weaponized against him. Uh, Recently the news got behind his opponent and tried to tell us that the very weak candidate, that she was not as bad as she was, and they tried to tell us that she did not fail the country as badly as she did. Because people were so badly fooled, they believe that somehow they're being oppressed, and that they're now they're even going and citing a single post or a handful of posts as evidence of their oppression and their supposed coming oppression. In On November 5th, a far a fringe element, Nick Fuentes, posted a comment that said, "Your body, my choice." It was viewed 90 million times and reposted 35,000 times. Now, what's interesting is that the response to this post, which should be negative. I mean, there's no way anybody should be making that kind of post. But the reason why I came across it is because of the response, not because I follow Nick Fuentes or anything that he says or does. I don't care anything about him. Many believe the people who live alternative lifestyles are going to be rounded up as a result of this election. Many people believe that those who live alternative lifestyles are going to be rounded up and put into re-education camps. I even saw an advertisement for a comic that ran a storyline suggesting that the future president, now president-elect, uh, will send out special operations forces to execute mixed-race couples. People like Nick Fuentes, like I said, they're just fringe. They're clickbait, looking for attention, looking for reasons for people to follow them. Yes, they get a huge audience because they make ridiculous statements, and it stokes people's emotions. Comics, comics are complete fiction. There's no reality to them. Um, the the media is supposed to be something, an institution that we are able to believe. They're supposed to do their homework and get behind them. they somehow have not figured out that average individuals can fact check them. As a result of their misinformation over the past year or couple of years, CNN and MSNBC's ratings have uh, they've completely collapsed. They've dropped by about 50%. I think CNN is about 40%, MSNBC is 50%. Both are planning cutbacks in their business, and MSNBC is even being put up for sale. Uh, People individually are responding to the election irrationally. A lot of women have elected to cut their hair, I mean, shave their heads, and some are getting blue tattoos so they can identify each other. There is also something called the 4B movement, where women are cutting off affection, no dating men, no marriage, no birth of children. What really disappoints me is the number of people who are cutting off family ties. I've seen a few women who have decided that they're going to divorce their husbands because of the way their husbands voted. Some women are threatening targeted or random shootings of people they believe voted the wrong way. There's also another movement. Again, I hope this is fringe, but they're threatening to poison their husbands or conservative customers with something called aqua tofana. Now, aqua tofana was a poison created by Giulia Tofana in the 1600s in Italy to murder abusive husbands. I like one response to all this vitriol on X. It says, fairly simple response. It says, "Hell hath no fury like a woman who doesn't like who you voted for." I need to emphasize this, and I need to emphasize this for both parties. No matter whether you appreciate who won or you don't like who won, the majority of your problems do not come from Washington D.C., and they especially do not affect your family or friends or associations. Uh, Whoever they voted for is not that important. Your problems are a result of you and your decisions. I've had to tell myself that a few times in my life. When I get angry about people that I think that have wronged me significantly, uh, sometimes I have to take a step back and say, yeah, but you've had the opportunity to do something about it and you haven't. You haven't fixed the problem in your life. You are giving power when you focus on Washington D.C., you are giving power that those people don't have. You have to take charge of your life. You have to fix your problems. Now, sure, the government can cause some issues. They can pass some legislation or they can change funding. And there are a lot of things that are going on now that need to be fixed. But we can fix those in our community if we decide to step up and work in our community instead of fighting each other and getting mad at each other over stupid things like someone voted for. My guess is that 80% of the problems that we see in the world today can be fixed by us sitting down and talking to one another. I also want to emphasize that if you want to enjoy things in your life, most of the things that you are trying to give up right now will never bring you joy. They will enslave and depress you. Family and good friends will be there for you. Even those of you who think you don't want children, those children that you're trying to avoid, they will eventually become some of the sources of the greatest joy in your life. I'm enjoying the time now where I get to go see my grandchildren. It's great to watch them as something new. They discover something new in the world. Uh, Stop, please, people. Just stop causing problems for each other and stop uh, stop ending friendships and family associations because of politics. I mean, do you really want to put a politician above your friends and family? I can't imagine doing that. There are people that there are much better reasons to be angry with each other than the reason that they vote. Please, ladies and gentlemen, pay attention to what's going on. Yes, I do believe that there will be significant changes in the world because of the this new administration. Uh, but like I said, that doesn't really change your world unless you make it change your world. Again, this is Jeff Rains with Foundation of Civilization. Please like, share, and subscribe. Much love to everybody. Please keep getting ready for the changes that are happening, and I wish you all the best. And until next time, this is Jeff Rains with Foundation of Civilization. Over and out.